see it anymore. There you go. Oh, it's green now. How about that? Is it working?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Why are we doing this? What are you doing here? Is it because you're idealist? Or are you masochists who simply don't know what to do with a beautiful Saturday afternoon? There are several unflattering reasons that are normally trotted out by the opposition. One, we are little old ladies in tennis shoes who can't play tennis and have nothing better to do. Two, we are mean-spirited obstructionists. Three, we are the loudmouth minority who like to get attention. They suggest that if only we would be positive and cooperative and not get up at the podium and disagree, everything would be just fine. On our side, there are dozens of reasons why people get involved. But it comes down to this. We want to save the world, or at least some small part of it. Cynics will tell you that that's vain and delusional. I'm going to tell you that if the cynics can stamp out that notion, that we can do better and that each of us can make a difference, if they can stamp out that idea, we will have lost the chance to make the world a better place. If we thoroughly stamp out the idea of doing good as unrealistic and quixotic, we will stamp out humanity and hope. And why is it our responsibility to do something good for a place we care about? First, because if you don't, no one else will. Second, because we can get others to do likewise and to make a difference. There's an interesting piece of social research that purports to show that all people are torturers at heart. In this, they set up two rooms. In one room, you have a number of perfectly innocent subjects, each given a little lever. In the other room, you have the alleged subject of the experiment, who's a volunteer. And the person with the lever is told, now you're supposed to up this a notch and see how much pain they can bear, and we're going to measure it. But don't worry, they're volunteers, and they won't be permanently damaged. Well, at some point in upping this lever, the people in the room next door start screaming. And then they start begging the person to stop. The manager of the experiment tells the person with the lever, no, keep going. And the appalling part is that 90% of people keep going. And for a long time, this was meant to show that we're all beasts. Don't be so judgmental. But there's a new variation on this experiment, which was done recently. And in this one, in the room of the people with levers, there's a ringer. And that guy, when it gets to the point that the room next door is screaming, stops and says, no, I'm not going to. And at that point, 90% of the people in the room say, yeah, I'm not either. So it does make a difference. Sticking out your neck matters. Making a loud decision about what is right matters. I am not suggesting that our current crop of county commissioners are torturers, though it's sometimes torture to listen to them. I would not suggest that the local issues are so simple or so clearly moral. I am telling you that when you're right and when you stand your ground, you can make the world a better place. Drawing a line when others are silently acquiescing is not showing off or making trouble. It is the right thing to do. Getting involved with what the future of your community will be is neither useless nor vain. How do I know this? I know this because since the 1960s, Martin County has been a grand experiment in whether local citizen activism can make a difference. And I know that Martin County is different today because people like you got involved. Go to the Jensen Beach Environmental Center. Read through the names in the Environmental Hall of Fame. They made Martin County greener, safer, happier, and more beautiful They made your taxes and your traffic less. Can you be like them? Before you put a chunk of your life on the line fighting for your neighborhood or your county, you have to know if it might make a difference. You have to believe that you have more than a snowball's chance in hell of making a difference and making things better. You don't have to be guaranteed success, but you have to be guaranteed hope and a chance. You need some evidence that it is different than Don Quixote tilting at windmills. That it can make Martin County a better place for ourselves, our grandchildren, and all God's creatures. I think the great Martin County experiment in local activism supplies ample evidence on that score. A few years back, I gave a speech at this forum outlining a whole list of objective measures where Martin County stood out as a good place to live. I won't take you through the details, but I can tell you Martin County won hands down over the counties that insisted that development was the only way to achieve progress and prosperity, and that lost neighborhoods and lost environmental values were collateral damage that was necessary for economic survival. Back when I compiled that data, Martin County outscored all the like-sized counties in Florida in a composite of lower taxes, safer neighborhoods, better schools, less crime, a better tax base, better wages, and a host of other measures. I think the Stewart News